right, what do we got?
We got J. Cole, Heaven's EP. I'm working on dying.
Yeah. Gotta have a space. Yeah. Gotta have a space. I mean, freedom, you know what I mean? Space to get this shit off. Yeah. Yeah. Get this shit off my mind, off my chest. Yeah. I mean, yeah. With every record, I be asking the masses to tune your hearts to me. I represent intelligent niggas that grew up harshly. But lately I've been questioning, second guessing whether or not I've got something to offer since I done eluded poverty. Or has the money watered me down? That truth is hard for me. Like the second time I got cut from the junior varsity. Fighting back tears, I promised to switch gears and said to myself, whatever you do, you won't do it partially. From this day forward, I move with a new ferocity. Ferrari coupe velocity, a fail-proof philosophy. Success is in the effort, so if a nigga tried his hardest, I'm at peace knowing God ain't dealing in this group of cars for me. Some people say that I'm running third, they threw the bronze at me. Behind Drake and Dot, yeah, them niggas is superstars to me. Maybe deep down, I'm afraid of my luminosity. So when you see me on red carpets, I'm moving awkwardly. Posing all nervous, afraid of the judgment. And the thought of showing too much of my day is repugnant. I be keeping my kids away from the gaze of the public. Cause these days it feel like haters, they favorite subject. Fuck it, attitude like a young O'Shea with an AK aimed at your brain, violating, I bust it. I don't play when it come to family, that's one thing I refuse. Pimping they kids out for views or just to be in the news can never be me. I piss in the celebrity tea. God with me on this record, this is heaven's.
Yo, I piss in the celebrity tea like he's not drinking the Kool-Aid.
He's also pissing in the gossip.
Yeah.
I love his take on it. He's like, you can tell like there's no ifs, buts, and whens. Like he's like set on not allowing his kids be used for publicity.
Yeah.
And I love his way of saying like how he wants to move. Like he wants to move like the velocity of a Ferrari, like without even saying it, you already know his ambition. Like it's up there. It's like top speed.
Yeah. But at the same time, like not conforming to like the norms of a typical artist. Where like he said, when he's on a red carpet, he moves awkwardly and he doesn't want to like put too much of his life on social media. Which really illustrates like what kind of person J. Cole is. Like it's not really about the limelight, it's just like him really making the best type of music he can make. And I think that's why he's so good lyrically.
And it's such an interesting take because he's always been portrayed as like being on the sidelines, right? He came up with a song called Sideline Story. Like everything about that was about like being like a B-list celebrity, you know, and I feel like he's so humble in that way, where like he talks about how he's ranked third next to Drake and someone else, and he's like, to me they're superstars. Like I love that he still has that respect for other artists that he's being compared to. Like just imagine like someone's comparing you to someone, therefore they're your competition. But for you to say that you have so much respect for them, like you can already tell he's just different.
Yeah, he shows a lot of humility.
Yeah.
He's definitely one of those artists that don't have the need to like stir up attention by like attacking other names. Because like you'll see some artists will actually do that. Like they'll attack another name because essentially kind of promotes them a little more. It's why some artists like will go after someone like Eminem, for instance, because just by going after someone like Eminem, if he responds to that, like kind of like the whole MGK situation, that really blew up for MGK. Like he got a lot of recognition for that diss track, and then Eminem responding, and then people are like, oh, who's who's he dissing? And also like, and J. Cole was never one of those people. He also kind of stood. And he built his own platform without having to do any, I guess I would say like malevolent tactics or any type of like antics that some artists would use just to get attention. Like Takashi's another one. Like the trolling, you know, 'cause a lot of artists, some artists troll too. Like he never had to do that. He just built his platform on lyrical ability, and that's it.
And connections.
Right.
Like haters, they favorite subject. Fuck it, attitude like a young O'Shea with an AK aimed at your brain, violating, I bust it. I don't play when it come to family, that's one thing I refuse. Pippin' they kids out for views, and just to be in the news can never be me. I piss in a celebrity tea. God with me on this record, this is Heaven's EP. The tale's official, the best nigga breathing it just failed to hit you. You couldn't tell cause you fell for the bells and whistles, and that's an area I don't excel. I'm from the Ville where young girls talk grown as hell. It's raw, never saw one person go to Yale, but every nigga that I know done gone to jail at least once, proving we the ones police hunt for the pains. We smoke 3 blunts the size of tree trunks. Too much hunger, it's no wonder these niggas can't keep up. So saying yes to a feature just means I'm about to eat lunch, bitch. I'm going for it, no never shall he punt. I'm the one and you can be sure. Speaking of beachfront, I'm kicking my feet up while I write this in somewhere tropical. Supposed to be relaxing, this passion makes that impossible. Supposed to be relaxing, this passion makes that impossible.
You violated him. Everyone else from like Dreamville's like sleeping while J. Cole's up and rapping.
Yeah, like at the same time, like if it was me, I'd be a little bit like mad about it for that split second, but at the same time, like it really illustrates like J. Cole. While everyone's sleeping, you're working.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's what it's depicting. You know, another way of looking at it, yeah, why are you recording me just like laid out like I'm just like some lazy slob in the music video. But like it just illustrates what he does when everyone's asleep, you know. So.
Yeah, and like his sacrifice too. Like he's sacrificing his sleep so that his team can sleep.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I mean, they are called Dreamville.
Yeah. You got a dream, boy.
Like even on vacations, like with his feet up in the tropical place, like he's still writing because his passion doesn't let him like take a rest, and I love that so much.
Yeah, it literally reminds me of like what 50 Cent says in his book about like anytime he goes on vacation, he brings his laptop just because like he said something along the lines of like he could only jet ski and enjoy the beach for so many hours before he gets bored and wants to like write.
Yeah.
You know, so then he goes to work on like writing his scripts. And I think any like dedicated or passionate artist kind of does the same to an extent at least. Because even vacations get boring. You're gonna be on the beach, like how many margaritas you're gonna sip and like jet ski before you kind of want to get back to it, you know.
We low key like that hamster wheel.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Addicted to the grind.